ये फुल कैसा होगा? Dear students, you are welcome in this class. I hope that everything is fine now. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience caused to all of you. And now we can start the seminar. So overall, what we are going to learn in this lecture is how to collect the relevant literature, the most relevant literature, and develop the contents for presentation. Because you are going to make a PowerPoint, and for this you need to collect the literature, and then we will discuss the general guidelines how to make the best presentation so that it appeals to the audience. An audience will be your teachers, will be your colleagues, will be your peers, or whatsoever it may be. And then you need to learn the skills to deliver the talk, to make it before the people, to present it before the people. So there are broadly 3 objectives. And of course, if your presentation is not good, if your contents are not good, it will result people doing like this. They will sleep in your presentation. Nobody may take any interest if your presentation is not good, if your delivery is not good. Here I wish to tell you that purpose of presentation or public speaking is to convey a message. Message may be good or bad. Whatsoever message is there, and you are asked to deliver or speak on that topic, you must communicate effectively to the people. What is the message that should be conveyed to the people, conveyed to the audience, so they can easily understand what you want to say, maybe good, maybe bad. Now, overall, what I am going to cover here is general aspects related to presentation, some quality literature collection, or these are the resources, or through different resources. English skill is also important. It is not that I am going to teach you English, but I will expose to the areas which you need to develop, which you need to make stronger in English. And also some light on how you can prepare or how you can learn English. Scientific misconduct is also there in the seminars. What happens, students sometimes they write wrong references. Suppose you are collecting the literature and you miss the actual reference. So what you do, ultimately, you can mislead the audience. You can simply write Kumar 2015. Nobody is definitely going to verify, but it is not a good practice. You should not have followed such bad things. Also, plagiarism is also important. I will discuss that. And then making PowerPoint. What kind of guidelines are there for the preparation of PowerPoint? And finally, your presentation before the audience. So these are the 4 or 5 important points. So as you know that many of the students or all of the students have to present their ORW. Some of you might have done it, ORW before the divisional committee. Credit seminar, you are offered credit seminar, thesis seminars you deliver. Sometimes you attend symposium, seminars, conferences.
So your screen is not visible.
Oh, is it visible now? No?
No, sir.
Well, sir, not visible.
Oh, so you could have told me before. Now?
Yes, sir.
Visible.
Okay, actually I made it at full. So maybe there may be some problem with computer or. So now I just move few slides like learning objectives I discussed, and this is important. Your audience should not sleep in your seminar. Broader contents I have already discussed, and now you know students need to deliver variety of seminars, variety of oral presentation. Overall, these seminars are your oral presentation. Whenever you speak, that becomes your oral presentation. ORW, outline of research work, most of you have done it. Credit seminar, you will do in this semester. Thesis seminar, you have to do it. Today we had 3 thesis seminar. Oral presentation in conferences, seminars, symposia. deputation report, IRC1, IRC2, these are for scientists. Definitely, all these seminars, you are going to have the quality presentation, good content, and speech and delivery should be very effective. And for this, English speaking skills are also very important. Here, friends, I'm not showing that I am good orator or good speaker. Here, the simple purpose is to make you develop some interest. Make you develop some interest. You can be better speaker than many of us. You can make better or best presentation than us. You can deliver it much better than us. So that is the purpose, just to ignite or just to stimulate you to learn these techniques. So many times you need to make a PowerPoint presentation these days. And why to make PowerPoint? Everybody is exclusively using now PowerPoint presentation. So why we use it? To bring more energy, more visual impact. Because here you can show your text material, graphics, pictures, photos, variety of things can be shown in PowerPoint. Showcase your opinion in front of the audience. It is much easier. Improve audience attention. If you are moving the slide, changing slide, showing pictures, graphs, photos, and so on. So it grabs the attention of the audience. Help the presenter to be more interactive with the audience, because audience can stop you. Okay, this I could not understand. This point, let us tell me. So it is much easier for the audience as well as for the speaker to interact. Impress the audience. Sometimes you can give good impression to the audience also. Focus attention, because there is one slide board where everybody will be focused. So they will also look at the speaker. So it also helps in the focusing the attention of the audience, support the message being delivered. Now, overall, you can see making of content is very important. And in making the content, suppose you have given a topic, you have been given a topic by seminar committee, by your chairman, by anybody, that you need to speak on this effect of herbicide or effect of glyphosate on maize. This is your title. Then what should be my content? How should I decide that what kind of topics within this seminar should I cover? So that is very important. And it is only the student or the speaker who can decide what I am going to present, what is important. Many times students do not understand the exact topic exactly, and they collect irrelevant information or over information or excess information. And the important one is missed. So for this, you are the best judge to decide what you are going to present. For this, thinking is important. The second step is, once you have decided that these are my contents, these are my subjects, these are my keywords, then I can collect the information, I can collect the literature on those aspects. And then third step is, based upon this collected literature, I can convert literature in the form of graph, in the form of table. I can get table directly also, and then make a presentation or make a PowerPoint. There should not be any single mistake in your PowerPoint, particularly spelling mistake, because it will distract the audience. Okay, this person, he is writing wrong spelling of Melilotus alba. So they will mind it. So there should not be any single mistake in any word. Fourth and last step is to make it before the audience, to deliver it before the audience. Now, just I am giving you some brief idea. You have been given a particular topic. So how you can think, how you can divide your content into different slavers, different slides. What should be the content exactly? So through this example, I try to make you understand. Suppose your title is sulfur fertilization for improved yield of oil seed and pulses. So this can be any topic. There can be any topic. This is just one example. So see your topic very critically and see what are the keywords in my topic. Keywords here are sulfur fertilization, improved yield, oil seeds, and pulses. So you just see what are the keywords in my title. So my content will focus on all these. When I develop my content, I can go either way. One way is that I make oil seed and pulses as the major theme. I can make oil seed and pulses as the major theme. Okay, if you can go through this way, oil seed and pulses, the requirement of sulfur is or nutrient is high, requirement of sulfur is also high. What happens when sulfur is not supplied to the oil seed and pulses? Their yields will decline, their quality will decline, and so on. I can take up that way also. Other way, I can make sulfur as a base and sulfur as a base, and then I can start the level of sulfur in soil. Our soils are deficient here and there, and soils which are growing oil seed and pulses are also deficient. What is happening to oil seeds if sulfur is not there? So you can go either way. In this case, suppose first slide will be, you need to introduce the topic. Introduction of the topic. Number two, what are the major oil seeds and pulses? So here in this case, we are taking from oil seed and pulses as a base. And then what are the major oil seed pulses and their area, major states, general information about oil seed and pulses you need to give in one slide. Then why oil seed and pulses are important. Next slide, you can make for their importance, why they are important. Next slide, you can make data on yields of oil seed and pulses. Okay, you will get the data. And this data will suggest that the yields or production of oil seed and pulses is low. Per hectare production is low. One slide you can show. Then data on yields of oil seed and pulses, you can show for regions also. There may be skewed productivity. In one region, you can have more productivity. In another region, you can have less productivity. So this will help us to understand that higher productivity state, what they are doing, what technology they are following. So that way we can do some analysis. Compare this data with India and outside. So you can take data, local data, data of a state, data of a region, compare to Indian data or international data, data with different countries. So here you are going to prove that our productivity of oil seed or pulses or any crop is smaller, greater, or equal to the world productivity or other countries' productivity. So that way we can get fair idea that where do we stand in oil seed and pulses production. This can be extrapolated to the other crops also. And then you need to identify the reasons. If normally we have low productivity, so identify the reasons for low yields in one slide. And then one reason could be inefficient nutrient management. So you will list the several reasons for low productivity of oil seeds or pulses. And among those reasons, one could be inefficient nutrient management or poor soil fertility. So then among the nutrients, now you need to divert or you need to focus or bring your attention to sulfur. So there may be many nutrients, but you need to directly come to the sulfur. So among deficiency of other nutrients, sulfur deficiency is also emerging. So from there, you shift your focus to the sulfur. Now you have come to the sulfur, to the main subject. Show the proof for deficiency of sulfur in soil and crops. Now you need to produce the data that these soils or these crops are deficient in sulfur in one or two slides. Then what happens to these crops when sulfur deficiency occurs? So what will be there? Their growth will be reduced, their productivity can be reduced, and so on. Their quality may be affected. Then up to 11 number point, you have just kind of background, kind of a story has been made by you. And this has created a lot of interest in the audience. So this is actually background or introduction part, you can say. Then actual topic comes, that is your sulfur fertilization. So here you can find out different contents like response to sources. You can find out different sources can supply sulfur, different method of application, time of application, rate of application, I&M practices, precision sulfur management. So many things are there. That will be your main body of the seminar. That will be the main body of your seminar. And finally, you can go for conclusion. So this is how, and you can do it simply by sitting in your room. Just sit down close your eyes and just think over it and jot down the important points, what you are going to cover. So once you have finalized this, you can talk to your student, colleagues or friends. And also you can show to your chairperson, okay, sir, I have been given, or seminar committee also, I have been given this topic, and at my own, I have developed this kind of content. Sir, madam, is it okay? So you can get some suggestions also. That way you will improve it. So finally, you can see that you have found out the content of your seminar or content of your talk. This is just one example. And if you like, at a later stage, we can do some practice on it right in the class. So today it is not possible, but next time, sometime, we can discuss it, how to develop the content of your seminar, of your talk. This is the most important part of your seminar, because the right content, the genuine content, the relevant content is necessary. Nobody will spend time listening you things which are not useful, which are outside the scope of the topic. Another example that I will not discuss, but I will share these slides, this presentation with you, and you can go through it, that how this influence of climate change on soil organism. This is the topic, how you can develop the content for this particular topic. I have explained it and you can see it later. Number two, quality literature is important, and you are very fortunate. You are in the days of artificial intelligence. So there is no dearth of literature or things. But anyway, you can have books, research journals, review papers, popular magazines, newspapers, manuals. And you can also find some literature in the form of PPTs, PDFs. And these are important websites. So now for agronomy students, what I suggest, that straightway you go to the advances in agronomy. Whatever topic has been given to you, break it into keywords. Like in this case, you can break it into, say, here you can break it into climate change and then soil organism. You'll find so many review articles in this advances in agronomy. And once you have found out the article, you can take the DOI and you can download it, or you can get it from your seniors, or you can get it from me also. I have up-to-date collection, almost up-to-date collection of advances in agronomy, starting from volume 1 up to say 2021. So anybody interested, I can share. So that way you will find the volume number, page number, year, and so on through the search on the website. And then you can take the sheet in the journal, the full paper you can check. So that is the best way for agronomy student to use advances in agronomy. Most of the time seminars are given to you from advances in agronomy. Now, there are many more review journals where you can search, and these are some free resources. Like you might be knowing this ICR system, we have Krishi course, and there you can see some thesis also, some literature and books, journals, etc. This is most important site, that is jan.lib.rus.ec. Here you can download most of the books from Springer, from other publishers or whatsoever it is. And then this is scihub.do, and it can have TH also, it can have BZ also. A number of countries are having names here. So you can find books as well as literature or research paper. Google Scholar is also good source of information. And then Indian Journal of Agriculture Sciences, many times you are asked to collect the local data on a subject. So you can try Indian Journal of Agriculture Sciences. And of course, we have two journals from our division, Indian Journal of Agronomy, Indian Journal of Agricultural Sciences. You can also collect online information from these journals also. Many of your chairmen might be having soft copy of these journals. They are distributed in soft copies. You can make use of those journals also. Now, many more sites are there, and you can go through, you can see the list. Now, up to now, you have seen on the right side that certain General aspects have been covered, the quality literature collection, and third step is English skills. So English cannot be learned in a day. It takes many years, many decades to learn English. So what can be done? First thing is, whenever you speak or write or present, the language or English should be very simple, clear, and concise. For this, you can read newspaper daily. I advise the students that at least for 1.5 hours, you must read English newspaper, watch the news in English. These are very basic things everybody knows. Writing in English, you can practice English also, at least for say 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you can write an essay on any subject around you and show to your friend or show to your person who are known to you. They will correct your mistake. That way you can learn better English, talking, conversation with each other. And if everything fails and we are weak in English, there is no harm in attending any coaching center also. We should shed our inhibitions to learn English. And vocabulary improvement is very, very important. We must improve our word power. So how we can improve our word power? By vocabulary. Vocabulary means your words that are known to a person. So you can use dictionaries whenever you read newspaper. Keep the dictionary beside you. And thesaurus is very, very important, like Roget thesaurus, Oxford thesaurus. There are many thesaurus, and some of you may not be knowing what is a thesaurus. So what happens in thesaurus, you will find many similar words are accumulated in one place, and also their antonyms are given on the same page. So that way you can learn variety of words. They are not exactly synonymous words. They may be some similar words. Suppose I want to speak that bring me a cold glass of water. So should I call it cold water, cool water? Should I call it fridge water or frigid water? There are variety of words that can be used which are similar. So many times we are not able to choose the appropriate word, but this thesaurus will help us to choose the appropriate word at a particular place. Then certain prefixes and suffixes can be used to learn English. You know, there are many prefixes that can help you to learn new words. Similarly, suffixes, synonyms, antonyms, confusable words are there, one word substitutes are there, homonyms are also there. Homonyms means spelling is same, pronunciation is also same, but meaning can be different, like bat. So bat can be your cricket bat, and bat can be your one animal, flying animal, chamgadar. So similarly, there can be tear. Tear can be to warn out something, harna, and asu, your tears in eyes. So word is same, but one word can have 2, 3, 4 meanings in English. So we should know a proper use of these words also. Then there are certain homophones. Homophones means pronunciation is same, but their spelling and meanings are different. So these words like steel and steel, root and root, principle, principle, spellings are different. So we should know the differences in these words, and we should also use some phrases. Phrases makes your language more effective. So try to learn some phrases. These are 2 or more words that express a particular idea or single idea. They are not complete sentence. So phrases are also important. So if you have good vocabulary, it will help you in speaking better. Now, transition words and phrases are important. So transition words means when you switch over from one point to another point, or one statement or one sentence to another sentence, you need to have some transition word that make a particular paragraph or particular sentences attached to each other in a storytelling mode. Then these transition words are very, very important to make transitions or connecting the ideas, connecting 2 different ideas within the presentation, within your speech. So this is really very, very important. For example, we can use variety of words And every time on every slide, we need not to use every single word. We can use these words in rotation, like analogously, equally, equivalent, equivalently, in the same way, in the same fashion, similarly, or alternatively, or the other way. Similarly, opposition means you can use contrary or conversely, dissimilar, diverse, inversely. There is a debate, there is disagreement like this. And some you can reverse also. So at least some of them we should remember that can be used in your presentation to make it more vibrant, to make it more dynamic, to make it more effective. We should try to use every time different words. Try to avoid using similar words again and again. Similarly, transition phrases for comparison. Suppose you want to compare two things, then we can use variety of words or phrases. Like we also see, in addition to, notice that, as well as beside that, in comparison, likewise, once again, similarly, identically. For example, dear students, these kind of transition phrases or words will not only help you in delivering a seminar, they will also help you in writing your term paper, in writing your thesis also. When you write your discussion part or you write your literature part, any part, there also you will use or you can make best use of such kind of phrases. So some more you can see, like by contrast, usually scientists or people write in their research papers, by contrast, on the contrary, however, nevertheless, and some more explanation, like an exception to this would be, alongside that we find, means besides that we also find, besides on the one hand, on the other hand, conversely, it could be argued. Other than that, we find that one point of differentiation is that there is long list. I have just put here very few. If you want, a long list of such phrases can be provided to you. Now, sometimes you are making your cycles are there in your presentation. Flow chart may be there. So you need to explain different steps, or you need to explain a process. Then also you can find some transitionary phrases to show a process. So suppose any cycle you are explaining, then either of these can be used, or 2-3 of these phrases can be used in explaining that. For example, at the top, means on the top or first step, at the top we have near the bottom, then on the bottom side, you can say near the bottom we have left side, right side, like that. Here we have, there we have, continuing on, we progress to, in addition to, next step is, with this in mind, the next step happens, moving sequence, proceeding sequentially and moving to the next step. So these are so many phrases that can be employed to explain the a flow chart or process. Phrases to introduce example. So every time you don't want to say, for example, you will get distasteful, you will get tired. So instead of example, you can say, for instance, particularly in case of, in particular, this includes the case of, specifically, to illustrate, one example is, this is illustrated by, this can be seen when, this is especially seen in, so many things are there. And these are going to help you in writing your thesis also. For presenting evidence, you are presenting some evidence, then you can say, like, another point worthy of consideration is, at the center of the issue is the notion that, before moving on. So likewise, you can go through it. Then phrases for conclusions. Finally, you will conclude your thesis, or you will conclude your talk or your seminar. So what should be the beginning? How you can make the beginning? So you can say, all this requires us. So you can propose the next action or an alternative idea. All this requires us to give thrust on this, to do not do this, like this. Altogether, these findings indicate, this is another alternative phrase, Normally we write we conclude, it can be concluded, it is concluded. So you can have something different like this. Altogether, these findings indicate, you can give your point of view. Finally, it is important to note, instead of I conclude, it is concluded, you can say, finally, it is important to note, or it is important to mention. Make your strongest point and follow with the recommendation. Here you can give recommendation also. In conclusion, you can restate your thesis with your greater interest. So likewise, there are many more options. Phrases for introducing quotations. Quotations, you know, these are the sayings by some great people. The writer explained it by saying, so you can put your quotation in the bracket. You can also write the author says, the Verma and Sharma say. Likewise, author's name says, inverted comma. Writes instead of says, you can also say writes, summarizes. Author's name was correct when she said like this. So many ways or variety of ways are there to write the quotations. Summaries, you know, as a student, you know, summaries are different from conclusion. So in summary, you can write in general, in short, in brief, in summary, to summarize, to restate as a general rule, in most circumstances, on the whole. So these are the options, and many more options are available. So now you have seen 4 parts of this presentation: general aspect, quality literature, English skills. The 4th one is scientific misconduct. So scientific misconduct is gift authorships. Many times students write irrelevant names. The people have not contributed to the paper, and they write name of some friends and etc. So that is a kind of misconduct. Gift authorship. Other is fabrication and falsification. Falsification and falsification, these two things are unethical. Difference is fabrication means manufacture, making, or creating. You have not recorded the data, you have not done anything, and just you have made or created the data. That is your fabrication. And falsification means you have recorded the data, you have the data, but you are making changes which are not ethically desirable. So that is falsification. So they should not be done. Then sometimes conflict of interest is also there. You can understand by example that the thesis, your thesis is the result of hard work made by student as well as your chairperson. So both equally share the responsibility and equal effort. You cannot say that one is paying more effort and less effort, but they both made very significant contribution. And assume that thesis is complete and a student has left IRA. And then he writes the paper and he forget to write name of the chairperson. So then this is really not good. So here you have conflict of interest. Similarly, a student has contributed, a student has left IRA, and he just requested chairman to write some papers. And then chairman or chairperson is not giving name to the student. So that is also conflict of interest. Means somebody who has not made contribution and his name is there, this is also his name, that is your gift authorship. But here, I think contribution from both was there, but one was given credit, other was not given credit. Plagiarism is also important. So this is very, very important these days for students. So please do not do it. Even if you do it today and tomorrow you become a big person or big authority in the system, in the government system or anywhere. So people can expose you. If you have done any wrong in your past life, that can be easily exposed when you reach the high level. People are very, very smart these days. I can tell you one time, one scientist, 2 people did MSc together. One person, for both the people, the chairman was same. So I assume that first student passed in 1980 and second student passed in 1982. So who passed in 1982, he copied some part from the student of 1980. And then student of 1982 became director. and the student of 1980 could not become director. And up to that time, he did not say any word. But once he became director, the 1980 student, he just shown the thesis. This 1982 director has copied my thesis. So that 1982 director was in trouble. So what I mean to say, we should not plagiarize the things, we should avoid it in our professional life. What is plagiarism? Practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. Taking ideas from other, just lifting a paragraph from others' paper, others' book, and claiming that this is mine. And you don't give credit to that person. So this is your plagiarism. For example, sometimes text, figures, tables, and even ideas can be plagiarized when a whole article is republished without contribution or permission. So these kind of things have happened in the past also. They are happening today also, and they will happen tomorrow also. But they are not ethically correct. One should avoid them. So therefore, if you know, if somebody is writing a new book and he wants to use some pictures from other books, so he or she needs to take permission from the publisher. And publisher, if publisher gives permission, you can use that picture in your book. So similarly, in presentation, there are no such restrictions. You can use many figures, many work, and but you should quote, you should give the credit to the person, credit to the publisher or author. Serious offense, loss of your professional reputation can happen. And you can also lose respect before your colleagues. It can affect your ability to earn promotions or find another job also. Sometimes people can be in trouble. So what happens, people are quite smart and they say, okay, we will not use the exact text. We will not use the copy the exact text. We will change it, we will edit it and then present it. If you are not giving reference, that means reference in a paper, reference in your abstract anywhere. That means these words, these lines are written by you. You are the author. Otherwise, the words or ideas that you take from other sources, you must give the credit. You must write the person's name. So here, what people do, they summarize the whole paragraph written by some other person, or that idea was given by some other person, and then they summarize it and then write it. That is also wrong. Paraphrasing is also possible. So both are actually summary, paraphrasing and summary, both are summarizing, summary, but summary is shorter and paraphrasing is more in words, number of words. Quotation means as such. Sometimes people write quotations and they don't give authorship. So must reference the original source in all the three cases, either quotation, paraphrasing, or summarizing. Suppose Mr. X and Y have given spacing of rice as 20 by 10 centimeter. Okay, 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter. I can paraphrase it, I can summarize it in the way I can write the information in words. Instead of 20 by 15 in numerals, I can write in words TWENTY 20 multiplied by 10. And then I will not give reference. That is also wrong. So this summarizing or paraphrasing is not permitted. If you are doing it, give a reference. So your slides in your presentation should give references or should give the source of information in every slide. If you are not giving source of information in slide, that means these are your own words and these are outside the scope of copyright. So that much responsibility we should take. So you can see UGC has guideline against plagiarism, and many people can lose job also. A student can lose degree also. Degrees also, and maybe Professor Das. So you can see that I would request Professor Das to tell you more about plagiarism, because now your PG school is very serious about plagiarism and they are checking your thesis for plagiarism. Some software is also there. So be very careful. Now, you can see that 5 part are complete, 5 part of this presentation are complete. General aspect, quality literature, English skills, scientific misconduct, and then making presentation skills, and then conclusion. So next step is making your PowerPoint presentation. So these days, as I told you, there should not be any mistake. So you can check spellings also, like F7. Everybody knows how to check the spelling. So if you use spell check, your all kind of mistakes can be removed. Proofread by another person. Give to your colleague or peer or your chairperson or seminar committee, so that mistakes are removed. And you should not use so many colors. Use hardly 2 or 3 colors, at the most 2 or 3 colors in one slide, and use them consistently. It is not that in one slide I use yellow and blue color. In next slide, I may use green and white color. In next, I will use different color. Use the set of colors consistently and everywhere. Do not change the colors. 2, 3 colors are enough. High contrast color for text, or you can use some dark colors. Avoid red and green colors, blue and pink combination. Never use blue, pink, red in combination. Suppose blue background, red color, never use it. Red background, and blue color. Similarly, green background, red color, red background. I have seen many times students use it. So please try to avoid it. Better option is light background, like you see this slide, this particular slide, light background with dark color. That is okay, fine. And see, how about this, this kind of slide? Would you like to see this kind of slide? Kunal, are you happy with this slide?
No, sir.
What is the problem with this slide?
Sir, color combination is not better. It should be better.
Can you read it?
Sir, first sentence is easy to read, but lowest is difficult.
Yeah, you mean you can read it, but you will read it with much difficulty. You will read it with much difficulty. So why to give difficulty to the audience? Make him at ease. And then you can see the next one also. Next one, more interesting. You can see this kind of background and colors. So it is all funny, and we should not use it. I'm happy that students are not using those kind of things now. So such kind of fancy colors and combinations should be avoided. Red, green, green, red, blue, pink, they should be avoided. See this case, I copied it from some very reputed person. So you can see so many colors, and slides are very busy. Too much of text on the slide, overloaded slide, small letters. It will not appeal to the audience. If you present such kind of slides, say 20, 30 slides, sometimes audience can die, or he will sleep, or he will go away from the seminar or your talk. So many times we overload the slide. Not so much content should be there. Then you see one more. It is also big data on the slide. It should not be the case. You should not do it. What you can do, you can edit it. I can teach you editing of a text. Suppose there are more than, say, 200 word or 150 word here. So these 150 word can be presented by 20 or 30 words. That kind of art you need to learn. How to shorten the text. You can write your content in phrases also. It is never necessary to write the whole sentence or complete sentence in your slide. You can shorten the text. For example, the first line, Rice crop needs 17 essential nutrients. So just you can write rice, put a dash, and just 17 you can write in numerals 17 essential ESS and nutrients. So that way you can shorten it. There are many ways and techniques to shorten your text. Avoid too much of animations. Many times students use so much of animations that distract the audience actually. For gold medal presentation, it is all right, where you need to present everything in 10 minutes or 8 minutes. But for seminar, too much of animations are not desirable. High quality photos are necessary. Photos should be very clear, very attractive, and good quality. Include 4 to 5 points per slide, not more than that. 1 slide per minute. On an average, we ask students to present about 30 to 35 slides in say 40 minutes. So each slide on an average will get 1 minute. So according to that, you can make your presentation. Now, seeing we are making the PowerPoint. Now, what are different parts of the presentation? Introduction, main body, and conclusion. So introduction, how you are going to introduce the topic. Introduction part is your background part. I've shown you much earlier. Background, and then you need to go to the main body part, and finally conclusion. In all these presentations, or particularly in main body, you are, now let us see the introduction part. Introduce the topic. First of all, you need to create interest among the audience about the topic. That in the beginning, you make audience attracted to the topic, attracted to the talk. You need to start in such a way. So overview of issues to be discussed. What you are going to discuss, you need to tell it in say 2-4 sentences. Then you bring the first slide where you have topics or subtopics, or where you are going to show the contents. Like I have shown you content in the beginning. So show the content that you are going to discuss. And in content, when you read the content, don't read from the slide. Just change the words. Maybe during your rehearsal time, if you do rehearsal, we will teach you, we will tell you how to speak your contents. A good introduction creates interest and idea and leads the audience effectively into the main body. If your introduction part is smooth, it is very, it is grabbing the attention of the audience, then you can easily take them to the main part, to the next part. Now, in the main body, you are having the main information about the topic, and you have several supporting items in the main body. So for strengthening ideas by giving examples, here you will give examples, case studies, data, tables, illustrations, some statistics, some testimonies, analogies, or definitions. So likewise, this is the main body, where you are justifying your topic, or where you are giving the most information, most relevant information to your topic. So it creates these kind of presentations, create interest in the audience. And here also you need to discuss the cause and effect. You deliver thesis seminar, and when you present your results, so results are the main part of your thesis. You give introduction in the beginning, you give hypothesis, so many things are there. And then you give 1 or 2 slides on material method, and finally you go to result. And result you always present, and you also discuss the result. Similarly, here also, you are same way you are discussing the results, discussing the information that you achieved from the literature. And then you have some cause and effect relationship, discussion on that. Now, you see, you have tables, you have bar chart in your presentation, histograms, pie chart, line chart, maps, photograph, flow chart, schematic diagram. There are many options. There can be 10, 15 options to present your data, and you are the best judge. What mode of presentation should I have? Should I have table? Should I have bar chart, histogram? So many options are there. Should I opt for picture? Should I opt for flow chart or schematic diagram? It is you who have to decide. Here you can also create some information. Suppose information is available in the form of text, you can convert it into form of a picture, and you can give the reference in the form of a picture also. So this is how, but the relevance depends upon the kind of content you are presenting. Now, for example, tables you are going to present in your seminar. So when to use tables, you should know it. You want to present detailed information about a topic. You have several treatments, you got experimental design and so on. Then you can present table. Your audience is interested in the details, every minute data. Then you can present tables. When you present large chunk of data, then you can use tables. Large amount of data, you can use table. If you convert large amount of data in table into chart or graph, then it becomes complicated. So better to present the data in table form. The data can be clearly organized into meaningful columns and rows. Then you can make data in tables. Remember that title should be correct if you present table, labeled columns and labeled rows. The central portion of the table is the data field. Don't talk everything, highlight main points, because in your table, there may be several messages, several results may be there. You need not to read every result. Read the most relevant one. Read the most important one only. In one table, you can draw 1 or 2 or 3 conclusions or from one table. Never have discuss every kind of data present in the table. Table should be complete in all respects. Abbreviation should be defined as a footnote. Now you see many times there are so much of complicated data and you are putting 0, 0. Your uptake of nitrogen is 180 kg and you are writing 180.023456. It is useless. 180 is enough. You need not to go after decimal point. In certain data, you need smaller units or up to 2 decimal, sometimes up to 3 decimal, but that will depend upon kind of data you have. And now coming to the graph or illustrations or figures. So use them when want to present an overview of the pattern in your data. You have some time trend or trend data. You want to show some trend in data. Then you can use some figures, some line graphs. Audience is interested in the big picture. You want to maximize understanding and interest in the idea. Now, certain guidelines are there for using graphs, figures, and illustrations. Be sure that the graph carries your point better than the text or table. So this is first thing. If I make a graph, if I make a chart, it will present my data better than the table. A figure should be comprehended at a glance. In one go, it should be understood by the audience or by the reader. If figure becomes complex, divide the data. It is never necessary to have all kind of data in one figure. Suppose in one experiment, in one experimental data, you have 3 factors. So you can have 3 different figures for 3 factors. Consider what kind of figure you need. Line drawing, histogram, bar chart. You can decide that which way you can present your data better. Don't overload graph with information. They have to be simple. Data should be normal data. Limit the number of curves or bars on a graph. 3 to 5 lines. You should not have more than 3 to 5 lines. If you have more than 3 to 5 lines, then you can go for other options like present your data in table. And if you have bars, 8 to 10 bars. Put the legend into the feed of the graph if possible. Label, all the axes should be labeled and the units should be mentioned. Use appropriate colors consistently and uniform. This is again important. In graph, you write your thesis and so on. Suppose for treatment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For treatment 1, for particular factor or treatment, you are giving blue color. Give blue color for the same in every graph. And similarly, you have another group of treatment, give one color to them throughout the thesis or throughout the presentation. Avoid wasted space. Now, friends, this is just to show you, it is a kind of schematic diagram. So you can find in literature some kind of schematic diagram related to a topic. If it is not available, you can also create some schematic diagram and give the reference. This is map, kind of map showing deficiency of zinc in the world. So likewise, you can have a variety of maps, maps for weather data, meteorological data, temperature, map for your production, productivity, for everything now. People are making maps. So maps can be used wherever available. Maps for zinc deficient soils here. So you can see variety of maps are available. Some flow charts are available to make audience a particular subject understand better. Now, photo and photographs are also important. As somebody has said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So as wherever possible, we should present pictures. So what pictures will help? It will help to reduce the text. It will help to reduce the tables, because one picture may be equal to 1,000 words. So you can find pictures. And these days, friends, I tell you, one site, or there are many sites which are giving you pictures copyright free. You can use them freely, even without giving the source. So go to Wiki Commons. Wiki Commons is the most easily available site, Wiki Commons. And you can get picture of anything you like. Suppose you want root node nematode in rice. You type, you will get the pictures, and they are free from patent or copyright. So pictures are really good. So in your seminars, in your presentation, try to give some pictures wherever possible. And then, for example, you want to show some disease, pest incident, nematodes, nutrient deficiency symptoms, or identification of weeds, crops, varieties, disease, fertilizers, method of fertilizer application, and etc. Just you name it, and you can find pictures. So sometimes you can make your presentation more catchy, more attractive by inserting certain pictures here and there. Of course, it should not be pictures only. And here I wish to tell you one important thing, that one scientist from Germany in 1980s, he has written a book on soil fertility. And that book is completely in pictures. The whole book is written in pictures. He has used very minimum words to explain the picture only, but most of the concepts is starting from page 1 to last page. It is written in pictures by some German author. Unfortunately, it was not translated into English. So some people prefer pictures. So now you can show some practices of agronomy or agriculture, like tying in sugarcane. You can show some intercropping systems. Variety of intercropping system can be shown. This is just one or two examples. Now, you are going to have conclusion part. Yes, up to now, you are preparing your presentation. You are preparing your PowerPoint by sitting in your office, in your room, in your house. So conclusion, what should be conclusion in your presentation, PowerPoint? Based upon the contents covered. You should not go outside the limit of the presentation. Whatever slides, whatever content or matter, subject matter you have presented, you should draw conclusion only from that part. Do not go outside the range. Not from outside the range. Generally, 3 to 4 solid points should be there. And many times students write conclusion in very lengthy sentences. Try to learn the skills to shorten it, make it 1.5 sentence or as small as possible. Recommendation can be part of conclusion. Future line can also be inserted, and your own view can be discussed even without writing. It is not necessary that in conclusion you write everything. You can have something verbally also. So it is never necessary that you write everything in the conclusion. You can convey your conclusion verbally also. Because these days, recordings are there. Videos are also there. So you can have your conclusions orally also. So remember, throughout your presentation, you need not to write everything on the slide. Something should be left for discussion also, for you to speak. Now, finally, we come to the 6th and last part, you can say, presentation skills. Now, you have made your PowerPoint presentation and you have come to the division of agronomy or any other department or any other place where you have facility to play PowerPoint. So you have LCD player, what you call, or you are making presentation online like I am doing it today. First, I made the presentation, PowerPoint presentation. Now I am presenting it. Same way you will be presenting it. What should be skills? What kind of knowledge or what should be there in your mind? What can you do to make it a better delivery, to make it a better presentation? So you need to learn this last part. You need to be very clear with the purpose, what you are going to do, what message you want to convey. Know about your audience. Who are the audience? What is the level of education of the audience? Is it farmer? Is it some technician? Is it scientist? Is it my boss? Is it my professor? Is it my director? Whosoever is there. So you must know the audience, the level of audience. This will help you to prepare your presentation. Keep time for preparation. So it is not that you can prepare seminar in one day. You should invest time. Then the quality will come. If you do not invest time in your preparation of PowerPoint and delivery of seminar, you cannot deliver a good presentation. So better to keep some time for preparation and also time for presentation. Means you need to practice it. You need to perfect it. Then you can deliver a better seminar. If you do not give any time, just you go, okay, friend, last year who gave on this topic? Okay, this was my topic. Give me this presentation and I'll give on this. So many times it can also happen. But what we have done in this semester, we have not given choice to the students' topics. We have allotted topics from our side so that you can avoid the repetition. We did it for that only with that intention. So you need to keep the time for preparation, time for presentation, practice, rehearsal. Then you can deliver a better seminar. Otherwise, it is not possible. If you want to prepare in 2 days, 1 day time, you will never deliver a good seminar. You will have a lot of nervousness and you will be not happy. So better to do better. Good preparation will give you good results and poor preparation will give you poor results, I assure you. So then you develop the interest in the topic. Now your topics are allotted to you. Develop some interest. Don't touch the book. First you think in your mind, okay, this is my topic and how much this is important. Whatever you know about that topic, just synthesize in your brain and extend your ideas on the topic. Once you have sufficient idea, jot down the points on a piece of paper and make your content. Collect adequate material. It is already discussed. Organize, make an outline. Now you can make an outline. What should be my content? Familiarize with the venue. You must familiarize with the venue means the place where you are going to deliver seminar. You must visit at least 1 day before. You go there, stand there, see the lighting system, see the chair system, how people sit, and check the music, audio system, video system, LCD player, all things and everything should be ascertained. Everything should be ascertained. Then you go next day to give it. So this is good also. Friends, if you are playing every day on the same court, you will not have any problem. But once your court is changed, there is likely that your performance can reduce. So better to go to the court at least for 1 day or 2 days. Court here means the playing ground. COURT court. So you visit the venue, you visit the place, try to stand before the lectern, on the lectern, and play your presentation, load your presentation, and something like this. So familiarize with the venue. Now you have actually entered the seminar room, and or you are starting to speak as a speaker of the seminar. So when you enter the room, just start greeting. Hello, friend. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? Today, weather is very pleasant. It is so nice. Friends, I'm happy to be with you. You are so good people. You need to appreciate the audience also. Make them happy. Develop some feel good in the audience also. When you enter, when you come, and don't stand sad. When you enter, go with a smile, some lively Some style should be there. Extending a compliment to the audience, I feel lucky to present before an august gathering. Just appreciate the audience. Attention grabber, you need to put certain questions, certain quotations in the beginning. Start with some bigger statement to grab the attention of the audience. Now, you are just introducing, just starting. So you have to be very, very positive, look very positive and excited. Look at the audience before starting. Just have a glance from left to right and right to left. Just see them, make eye contact with few people, that you are not fearing them. Ensure them that you do not have any fear of you. You must make this audience realize that you are not fearing. You are happy, you are okay with the people. Do not dictate. Dictation is not good. It is really not a sign of good presentation. Explain each slide, maintain eye contact with the audience, and finally, use the well-timed gestures and postures. Gestures and postures are important. How you express yourself, how you stand there. So gestures are mostly by your face and your hands, and postures are mostly by your whole body. And these gestures and postures are called as body language. So what can be done? We can also hear good speakers like Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Jawaharlal Nehru, etc. They have been good speakers from India. So we can listen to some of their speeches, or maybe you can choose your own idol. So see some people, how these are the gestures. You see, gestures mean they're mostly by facial expression or through your hands. So you can see people this way. I like this one by Steve Jobs. I think he's Steve Jobs. He's Barack Obama. See the quite emphatic. So now you see the postures means position, how you stand there. So you see sway. Sway means this one, sway back. You're just makes other uncomfortable. You're just leaning back. And here lumbar lordosis. Here you are just extending your chest out. Here next is thoracic kyphopsis, head forward. No, the best is that you should stand straight. This is the good posture. Never bend behind or forward. Now use open palm gestures. This gesture, Steve Jobs, I was talking about. So use open palm gestures to build the audience trust. And this also will give confidence to you also, that you are not fearing them. You are not fearing them. And keep your hands in the strike zone when possible. Don't take your hands outside this zone. Outside this zone, above this and below this. So it will distract the attention of the audience. Never take your hands to the shoulder. Shoulders. And now don't point, just don't. Sometimes you should not point fingers towards the audience. Then it can offend them. Now politicians love to use the Clinton thumb. Sometimes, rarely, you can use thumbs also to support a view, to say your point with more emphasis. You can also use sometimes, not regularly. Some in between, you can use your thumb. When you don't know what to do, sometimes you can drop your hands to your sides for a moment and then start your gestures. Avoid drawing attention to the wrong place. So you don't, you keep your hands in the zone which is suggested, already suggested. Conducting is for orchestra, means every time up, down, up, down, up, down. You shouldn't do it, up, down your hands. Keep objects out of your hand. Don't keep any object in your hand, whether it is pen or duster or things. You can keep them in hand whenever required. Otherwise, you keep them on your podium or lectern. Then behind a lectern, show your hands like this. Try to show your hands. They should not be hidden. Now you are talking to the people. So best is practice before you present. Don't look serious or sick. When you present, don't look serious, look lively, and not over lively also. Too many visual aids should not be used. Respect the time. It is also important that we should respect the time. Today, I could not respect the time, but we try to respect the time. Many times, your seminar is for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Just finish everything in that time. So audience will be happy. If you stretch it beyond the time, it is never good. So try to be in time, and clarifications or questions will be asked. So don't worry about it. What you can do on your topic, you yourself make some questions. You make some questions, at least 10, 20 questions on your topic, and try to find out the answer. This is just a mock test. You can do some mock tests related to your topic. And then also ask your friends to ask the questions and then find out those answers. So most of the problem will be solved in advance, not when you delivering it. This is one, and people will ask the question. Definitely they will ask the question. So never get angry at the people. Angry at the, okay, you are asking question. Friend, you are delivering seminar. People are bound to, or people are bound to ask questions, and you are supposed to answer them. So never get irritated. First, you welcome the question, respect the question, and first of all, you try to listen to the question. You do not speak in between. Let the person asking question, complete his question, and then you will get a chance to answer. Then when your turn comes, then you answer it. So never interrupt the person asking question in between. This is one point, and never get annoyed. Never have disliking against the person who is asking question. He is not your enemy. He can be your teacher. He can be your friend. He is many times we may test your knowledge also, because we are grooming you, and sometimes we may not know it also. Then you should not get angry or distasteful about that person. It is always there. So get ready to answer the questions. Modulate your voice. If you have same tone, same ups and downs in your voice, this is never liked by the people. It is considered as monotonous voice. So you need to modulate your voice, some low level, some high level, emphasis, just change the style of your voice. So sometimes nature has given us voice. Some people have very good bass, and some do not have good bass. It is natural. Some men may have some womanish voice, and some women may have mannish voice. So it happens. Nature has given us. It is all hidden in the hormones. So, but many times we can improve a lot. Whenever somebody tells us our weakness, we should welcome it. We should appreciate it that somebody has told it, so that we can sort out that problem. We can remove, we can overcome that problem, and it will make us better. So if I know my voice is not good, it may be slow voice. I can be bit fast. It can be drawn out, means suki hawai. So I can make it more lively kind of thing. Bland and boring. Nobody likes to listen to me. My voice is very bland and boring. It happens. You must have come across many people whose voice may not be good. So, but if those people know that these are weaknesses in my voice, the things are available, we can improve a lot. So what can be done? Create a vocal variety in your speech. Anybody interested to have some more discussion on this, I can have 10, 20 voice from my mouth. I'll show you sometimes anyway. So without it, audience don't know which part are relevant. So in voice, you have 5 main parts, 5 P's are there. One is pace. Pace should be even. It is not then when you start, you are very fast. When you are in the middle of your seminar, you just slow down. Okay, abhi to meri bahut slide, there are many slides. Oh, there are few slides, I should be slow. In the end, you hurry up and then you speak very fast, faster pace. So pace has to be uniform from beginning to the last. Beginning to the last. Projection, moderate volume of your voice, not shouting. It should never look like shouting. it should be moderate volume, not too low, not too high. Pauses are important. Give emphasis to important concept, particularly when you are going to give emphasis to a point. Then you pause for few seconds, just stop speaking, and then you start speaking. So these pauses sometimes are important to wake up the audience. You can listen anywhere to Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He used to have many pauses. Rajiv Gandhi, he used to have pauses. Of course, those pauses may be very long. Here, nobody would like. So pauses are important. Pitch is also important. You need to change the pitch, the slow pitch, the middle level pitch, the high pitch, something. Pronunciation, in pronunciation also, we should have clarity. We should try to speak, of course, our own style. We have English or Indian style. If we try to speak American or English style, it will be really very difficult unless we get some professionals to teach us this speaking skills. So better to speak in your own style, own way, but try to avoid the regional effects, the Indian regional effects on the language as much as we can. Suppose Haryanvi person, what are you doing? So he can be bit mild. So that way we can change a bit. Pronunciation, clarity. And you can improve your voice. I'm giving you clarity of speech. There are large number of exercises, variety of exercises that can be done to improve our voice. We can make our voice tone better modulation. It is very much possible to improve your voice, I can tell you. And everybody should give, first you identify weakness in your voice. Does it sound good? या कौवे की तरह लगती है मेरी आवाज या कोयल की तरह लगती है? I must check it. And then according to that, I should try to improve. Exercises, no medicine is required. Only simple exercises can change my voice. So the other part of presentation is many times students fear. They are nervous. We call it butterflies. I have butterflies in my stomach. So why? What is nervousness? What is nervous? Nervous means you are frightened or worried about something that is happening or might happen. A lot of worry is there. Okay, my seminar is on that date, and you will start stopping taking breakfast or lunch, or you are frightened. Many times I have seen people falling on the stage. Many students, many colleagues have fallen on the stage. So this is because of their nervousness. One person can be more nervous than the other person. It is individual. But we can overcome the nervousness also. We have means and ways to overcome it. So very tense and easily upset whenever I used to have the same nervousness what you are having today, but with time, with practice, we can overcome it. It affects your emotions and mental state. If you are nervous, you cannot deliver a better seminar, I assure you. So, and you cannot express yourself when you are nervous. So better to overcome your nervousness. What are the symbols or signs of nervousness? How I can find that I am nervous? So a pounding heart, बहुत तेज हमारा heart बोलता है. Shaking hands and legs. You are just shaking your hands and legs. Sweaty palms and forehead. पसीना आ गया हथेली में और हमारी टांगों उसमें माथे पे. Facial tics and twitches. चेहरे पे हमारे उदासी और twitches आ गए. Quivering voice. मेरी voice घबराने वाली, डरने वाली quivering voice. Flushed or pale face. रंग पीला हो गया. और dry mouth, racing thoughts, दिल में और दिमाग में बहुत विचार आ रहे हैं मेरे में क्या करूं, what can. So these are simple signs of nervousness, and you fear. Finally you fear. So actually, what are the reasons why we get nervous? I do not know the stuff. The main reason behind nervousness is that you have not perfectly prepared your talk. You could not do the justice with the talk or preparation. So you are insufficiently prepared to deliver the seminar or your talk. So the best way to overcome the nervousness is do a good presentation, do a good preparation of your presentation, speak it write it correctly and do everything perfect, you will not have any nervousness. 80% student will feel nervousness is over if their preparation is perfect. New or tough topic. Sometimes you may assume that my topic is tough, or sometimes it can really be tough also. So that could be the reason. So you can discuss with the committee, seminar committee, with the people, because it may be your first seminar or second seminar, to make your topic easy also. It can be changed. Fear of the unknown. Many times we don't know who will come to attend my seminar, my talk, my speech. So we fear a lot. Okay, somebody whom I do not know can also come. A dean can come, director can come and sit in my seminar. I may have fear. So don't have those kind of fear. Anxiety about the known. I may be nervous that my chairman will sit, my professor will sit, my teachers will also sit. I know those people. If I speak something wrong, if I could not answer well to a question, then these people will think that I am very weak student. So friend, it is not like this. Merely based upon the delivery of one seminar, nobody will judge your brilliance, your intelligence, or your hard work cannot be judged. Sometimes we can perform poor also in one respect. In other respect, I can be very strong. So never think like this. So anxiety about the known means my teacher, those people will be there, or unknown will be there. Just forget, just never keep in mind, whosoever come, I am the best person, I have the best knowledge, highest knowledge on this topic, and nobody else can challenge me. Have confidence in yourself, and I think that way you can overcome the nervousness. A lack of practice, I was referring to just a few minutes back. So practice is very, very important. Sometimes you fear that I will fumble the words. Fumble the words means I will speak the words wrongly. I may not speak the word correctly. Like today, I have also fumbled many words, but I am not fearing. Same way, sometimes mistakes can happen. Sometimes fumbling of words can happen with very, very great people also. So it is not a big issue. Nobody will mind it if you are fumbling the words. So don't keep those kind of things in your mind. Just go straight. Don't worry about fumbling the words. And then you would also have that questions will be asked. Okay, questions will be asked, but sometimes, as I told you, how to practice question answer, I already told you. So find out answers. And also there may be many questions that I do not know the answer. So you can state with, sir, I'm really sorry. I'm yet to learn it. I do not know this answer. Sorry, sir. You can say that way, but never give a wrong answer. If you know the right answer, and if you are sure that your answer is correct, then only you give the answer. Otherwise, if your answer is wrong, you should not give wrong answer. यहाँ तुक्का नहीं चलता, तुक्का नहीं लगाना कभी भी. If you do not know the answer, you politely deny it. I'm really sorry, sir. I need to read it. I could not. I'm not really able to answer this question. Sorry, sir. So politely you refuse it, but never give a wrong answer. If I ask you the symbol of nitrogen, so you said instead of N, you say Cl. So that means you also do not know the symbol of chlorine. So you are doing two mistakes. So that is why wrong answer can lead to wrong side. Difficulty in getting started. When you enter the venue, you do not know. You sometimes you will get nervous. How should I start? What should I do? If that is the case, go to the podium, go to the lectern, go to the stage, and just for 1 minute, don't say anything. Just look towards the audience. But while looking towards the audience, you just take few long breaths. Long breath. I do not know if Dr. Shiva is there. He always suggests me to take long breath. So long breath will overcome such kind of nervousness many times. So take long breath. Avoiding nervousness. What are the solutions? So first thing is feel excited, enthusiastic. Prepare it well. Consider audience as your colleagues. Okay, colleagues, koi baat nahi. Kya kar lega? What can he do? Gajar Muni. Just consider them as human beings. They are from the same earth. They are from the same land. Okay, they are, that is other story. I'm on this side, they are on that side, it doesn't matter. So consider audience as colleagues, they are not your enemies. It is just two-way learning. You are holder of the valuable information. You have the best information. So you would be able to answer the questions. Focus on what you can do to the audience. Prepare, but don't over prepare. Sometimes over preparation means it will lead to too much of confusion also. So make optimum preparation is good, because in agronomy we always say go for optimum level. Trembling voice. If sometimes your voice is trembling while you are speaking, sip some water and deep breathe periodically. Already told you. Perspiration. Sometimes you will have sweating. So wipes discreetly. So suppose on your face there is some pasina, using sweat. So you just turn your face and then just you wipe it from your rumal or whatsoever you have. Shaky hands. So sometimes your hands may shake. Then you can keep something in your hand also. Hold something. Embarrassing mistake. Mistake can also happen when we deliver seminar. Particularly when you get older, some mistakes are bound to happen. Suppose area of rice is 44 or 45.8 million hectare. I can say 4.58 million hectare. It happens, friends. So, but once I have committed the mistake, it is by chance I have committed the mistake. I should not, at that particular time, I should always ignore it. Let us ignore it. Ignore that time. Don't say that I have done it, I have done. Just don't say it, just go on. Otherwise, it can embarrass you. But at the end of your talk, you can remind them that by slip of tongue, I have said this. Then you can correct your mistake. Dropping or knocking. Sometimes in the room or in the seminar room or wherever you are sitting, there can be disturbance. There can be disturbance. Somebody may, खांसी को क्या बोलते हैं? Somebody may, खांसी को क्या बोलते हैं? खांसी आने को? Cough. Okay. So I have cough. So I will disturb the room, the other audience also. But don't pay any attention to any kind of disturbance. If you pay attention to the disturbance, then audience will also get distracted. They will also see what you are seeing. So if any disturbance is there, even sometimes people are not very supportive to you. Sometimes they may laugh also, Sometimes they may turn their faces also. You have to face them. You have to face them, but never take it negatively. Take it normally. Okay, he's changing his face. I have nothing to do with it. Okay, if he's sleeping, I have nothing to do with it. This is not my mistake. This is his business. So there may be a lot of disturbances. Some people may miss. चिढ़ाएंगे आपको. They will do their lips down, and there are a variety of gestures and posture you have to face. So always get ready for this. Even when we used to take classes sometimes, or when we were a student and we were sitting on the back benches, we will say to the teacher, time. Then the teacher will get distracted, the speaker will get distracted. So many problems can come when you have. So get ready, get mentally prepared for those kind of disturbances. Technical difficulties can be there. Today, I made my computer everything on at 12:30. Perfect. Everything was perfect there in the lab. But somebody came and he made the switch off from the mains, and everything was gone. And I was thinking that my computer is ready, everything is ready. I will go and join at 4:30. But when I came, I had to start the computer, and a lot of problems were there. Lot of technical difficulties were there. Had I B-plan, means had I was having one laptop, I could have straightway started my presentation. So some technical difficulties may come. Even your PowerPoint or your computer may stop working. Then you should carry one printout of your presentation. Printout of your speech should always be there in your hand, because many times things cannot be postponed. Okay, this is local thing. If local seminar is there, we can consider postponement. But if you get some good invitation in India, outside India, or in seminar, symposia, wherever, you have to deliver talk right there, right then you should have plan B. Otherwise, if you are intelligent enough that I will remember all the slide, all my content, then okay, fine. You need not to carry papers. But most of the time, it is always better to carry papers, printouts of your materials. Even your PowerPoint presentation, maybe in your email also. It should be in your pen drive also. Means at 2-3 places you can keep your presentation. Finally, you are going to conclude. So to sum up, you can start. I've already given you some phrases. To sum up, to conclude, avoid temptation, to wrap up in haste. Sometimes if your time is less, you within few minutes, you try to wrap up, try to sum up. That should be not the case. You should distribute your slides, your time, your speech uniformly. So, and that will come only by practice. Avoid ending a PPT abruptly, suddenly. There should be smooth transition. There should be smooth ending. So avoid adding something new. Here, at this point of time, you have already covered your content. So you cannot add new points. You have to conclude from the data, from the things that you have presented. So finally, just 2 slides more, dear students. Thanks for your patience. So now these days, many of you are making online presentation. I have just 2 slides for you. You are using computers, you are using mobile phones, variety of instruments are there. So they should be all in working condition. They should be attached with your audio system, camera system, and your everything should be perfect. Earpods, headphone, microphone. You should ensure before delivering your seminar that the hard drives are already in place. Eliminate outside distraction or interruptions. In your room, in your place, there may be some outside distractions. Remove all those. Suppose somebody is playing television in your place, just put it off. Good light in room. Good light arrangement is also necessary. You have to have do it yourself, learn yourself how you look in the light. Tidy background you can make. Now some default, by default, you can find out certain backgrounds. Have a glass or bottle of water nearby, always. You can sip water here and there. Your phone should be off. Inform the people around you that you are busy, so nobody should make a call to you. If call is there, it is on silent mode. Mute yourself if you are not presenting. So, right, like today now I am presenting before you this PowerPoint, then your voice is off. You have already turned off. So minimize ambient noise to have more clarity. We wear darker and solid colors. So it is always advisable to wear dark and solid color. In my view, the dark blue color is really good. Dark blue, black, or dark maroon. These 3 colors are important. Try to avoid green color and white color and bright color. They should be avoided when you are on camera. The best is dark blue color, navy blue color, black color, and your dark maroon color. These are the 3 standard colors. Avoid small patterns, checks. Check की कमीज अच्छा नहीं होता, उसमें तिरमिरे आते हैं. Some reflection of light is there. So avoid small patterns on your shirts or your trousers. Pin, stripes, geometric shapes, prints. So these are some suggestions. And finally, reference. I have several references, but I found it one of the best that can be recommended to the students. Technical communication, principle and practice. Whenever you need to write a paper, to write a thesis, to make presentation, any kind of communication, I would suggest you to see this book. And I have already sent you the PDF file of this book. This can help you further. I'm just giving you some very small tips in brief, but you can have more and more knowledge on this subject. And if finally I can conclude that good preparation and practice, good preparation, practice, and death by poor power presentation. Sometimes death by poor power presentation. Thank you very much. I'm really happy to share my views on these subjects, and there may be some problems, some difficulties, and I really feel sorry for any problem. And now you can ask your questions. Your questions are welcome. Your questions are welcome, and your clarification, anything you want, they are welcome.
Only 2-3 students are in the video.
Now open, everybody should open the video, and I have given you one book. You can see different topics, how to make PowerPoint presentation, how to write a paper, how to write a thesis. So many things are there. So you can learn yourself. I've just exposed you, created some curiosity about the subject. So really, I would appreciate your questions, your comments, or clarifications.